Breaking news right now, the St. Lucie County Sheriff is speaking about a murder-suicide investigation. Let's get right to Sheriff Ken Mascara and listen in.
The Spanish Lakes Country Club community, which is located in the Turnpike Feeder Road area of northern St. Lucie County. Once on scene, deputies found 2 individuals deceased from gunshot wounds and a 3rd individual severely wounded but still alive. His injuries were from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The deceased individuals were 84-year-old Rudolph Realm, and his picture is back there on the board, and his daughter, 58-year-old Renee Holland. The 3rd victim was identified as 53-year-old Mark Holland, and he was transported to a local hospital where he was admitted for treatment and placed under protected custody with charges pending as this investigation continued. He was the wife of Renee and the son-in-law of Rudolph. Last night, Mark Holland succumbed to his self-inflicted injuries and died. Through our investigation, we learned that Mark Holland was arrested in Inver County for domestic violence toward Renee on August 29th of this year. Tragically, here in St. Lucie County, this is the 7th death this year in our community that has a nexus to domestic violence. On Wednesday, February 28th, deputies found the bodies of 56-year-old Gabriel Rausch-Legg and 70-year-old Gary Boyce in their homes on Ash Avenue and Shelley Terrace, respectively. They were killed by Rausch-Legg's nephew, Melvin Chip Anderson, who later crashed his car and died of a heart attack. On Friday, August 28th, 23-year-old Tanya Wise and her unborn baby was found murdered on Russo Road by Jose Soto Escalera, the father of Wise's unborn baby. And just 4 days later, on August 28th, 52-year-old Bonnie Hanks was killed by her live-in boyfriend, Jeffrey Alexander Yankowski. These stats that I'm going to share with you are quite alarming and sobering, but in 2016, 105,000 crimes of domestic violence were reported in the state of Florida, resulting in 63,000 arrests. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced some form of domestic violence by an intimate partner, and intimate partner violence accounts for 15% of all violent crime. And as we saw this weekend with this most recent tragedy, 72% of all murder-suicides involve an intimate partner. Sadly, the ones who profess their love the most are the ones who might kill you. Locally in 2017, our agency responded to 605 calls for service that had a nexus to domestic violence. This year, that number has increased to 648. And there's still 6 days left in the year. There are resources available. If you are a victim of domestic violence, Safe Space is our local shelter and service provider, and we have an excellent relationship with them. You can call them at their 24-hour hotline at 1-800-500-1119. And with us today is Michelle Akins, which is the Director of Programs, which I'll have her address you as to other resources that are available. Also, a resource that is available is the 211 phone hotline that people can call to be referred to crisis intervention, suicide prevention, and other resources. So finally, let me just close. If you know someone who is going through a difficult time, be it domestic violence, depression, or something else, be an advocate for them and get help before something like this tragedy that occurred this past weekend occurs. And with that, we'll have Michelle come on up and talk to you about their services and resources available.
Thank you. Good morning. Safe Space is the only certified.
So we're listening to Sheriff Ken Mascara from St. Lucie County. They're updating on a murder-suicide investigation. We now know that it was a father and daughter who were killed on Sunday. They say that the son-in-law, the woman's husband, was responsible. They did find him with a self-inflicted gunshot wound, and he did pass away just in the past day or so.
Last night from his gunshot wound.